Hello, this is Bosko and I'm back with more toy collectibles, and what I will be showing you here is a good part of my collection, not all of my collection. What I'm going to take you on is a little tour of my toy room. This is actually section 1, and yes, section 1. This is the tip of the iceberg of my toy collection. I'm not going to go through everything, but I'm going to give you a good idea of what is in section 1, which is a laundry room, as you can see here in this small little space. And it's a work in progress, and I have a lot of stuff displayed. I have some stuff that's put away in plastic bins and whatnot, and there's some stuff on the walls. So let me take you on a little tour, and I do apologize if this is going to be a little like a Blair Witch type of video. But I have my camera mounted on a miniature tripod, and I'm going to try to step you through this because I didn't want this to be a stationary video. So as you're stepping into my section 1 toy room, I am panning to the left. So what I'm going to show you here is I have just a little wall, and again with the lighting is not the greatest in this laundry room. But what you can see here on the wall is some of my I guess Hot Wheel iconic vehicles. So what I'm going to do is let me step in closer here. So like there's a Star Trek Enterprise, as you can see here to the left. That is the Snoopy house car. I've got a Back to the Future car. I've got the Jetsons car coming up here to the left, and then a Super Mario Brothers Cool One car down there on the bottom. Now, also on this wall, like I try to utilize a lot of space, even like little cubby hole areas. So this is like a utility box, and on top of the utility box I just have random toys. Okay, so now I'm gonna move up because there is mounted shelving in this laundry room and up above. And what I will do is I'm gonna step up on a step stool here. So now up on this shelf, which is actually, as you can see here with this rod here, you can put clothes on, but it is a very sturdy shelf. And like in the back there, way in the back against the wall, is a vintage, like Fisher Price Little People Circus playset. Just random toys, actually. The train that you see in front of you is probably one of my oldest toys. It was something my grandmother gave me, something I played with in the 70s. It's a metal toy train that when you put batteries in it, and I think it takes like D batteries, it chugs around. It makes like train noises, and it's like a bump and go type of train, but it is slightly damaged there, as you can see. And I have not even tried attempting to put batteries in it and play with it again until... or not until, but since it was broke. But it was, my mom mailed it to me when my grandmother passed away, and I've had it ever since. And it's actually a toy that I really cherish. So then as I panel on here, what you're going to see here against the outer, like right up against the wall, you're going to see I do collect vinyl pops, or Funko Pops, excuse me. And then those are going to be against the wall, and then I'm just going to have like pretty much random toys just all spread about. Because like I said, I'm trying to utilize a lot of space and just displaying everything that I can. So just as you can see, there's just a lot of random action figures. There like that red car is a Tootsie Toy car. And I have a couple Star Wars figures in the back there, some Food Fighters. And then you're going to just see just some other random stuff. And then you're hitting a corner here of the wall. So I am going to be turning here. And it's really hard to see the Funko Pops because they're just pushed way in the back there. This toy here that's in front of you is a Dragonfly toy. The action figure I had acquired, I think at a Savers, and then I finally got the base, the launcher base on eBay. So that is a complete action, or it's a not like an action figure, but it's a complete toy that I finally got complete, which I'm very happy that I got it completed. And then along the outer. Now I'm going to show you how far this goes up because I'm panning all the way up to the ceiling. So that's how far the Funko Pops go. Okay, and I'm going to pan back down to the top of the shelf here, and just show you that there's just a lot of random toys. Okay, so now I'm going to take a step down because I'm going to take a step off the step stool, and you're going to see. Let's see how many shelves are here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's 5 shelves. So you're going to see shelf number 2. Shelf number 2 is dedicated for like all the little character toys. So there are going to be like a lot of cartoon characters in vehicles, a lot of specialty like little vehicles. And actually, let me step back up on the stepping stool so you can kind of get a overhead view. Again, it's going to be kind of hard to see a lot of the stuff because the lighting is not the greatest, but you can get a good idea of what my collection is like displayed here in the toy room. Okay, so I'm going to take a step down and show you shelf number 3. Now shelf shelf number 3 consists of Imaginext figures only, and a few of the vehicles and like dinosaurs. But as you can see, way in the back on the top right is like a Tony Hawk skateboarding staircase thing, and I've dedicated that for like the little Fisher Price caveman. So they're all on the steps there. And then I just have Imaginext figures all just as closely together as they can be. I have like a few that are like on the wall there. Okay, just pan over here to the very outer edge, and you can see that there's some dragons, dinosaurs. Okay, so now shelf number 4 is dedicated for Imaginext vehicles and play sets, and it's going to be dark here, but I'm going to try to give you the best view that I can here. So there's a lot of vehicles out in the front, and then against the wall are some play sets. Okay, so that's the best I can do right there. Now on the very bottom shelf here are action figures, random action figures from 70s and 80s, maybe early 90s. And again, it's going to be really hard here to see a lot of stuff. I think once I can maybe get some better lighting in here, because I didn't, what I wanted to do is maybe bring in some of my studio lights, but I didn't want to be tripping over like a lot of the extension cords. So maybe I'm just going to try to install some better lighting in here or whatever. So like I said, this is a work in progress. So you'll see maybe a better up close version once there's better lighting. But that just gives you an idea. So now I'm going to go back to the left, which is going to be underneath the top of that shelf here, and I'll show you what it's like here. So there's that top shelf, and now I'm going to go against this wall here, and I've stacked toys on this little CD type of shelf. And as you can see there's an Ertl, which is a scale of 1 to 18. It's a Johnny Lightning, and it also says Tommy there in the corner, but it's a Dukes of Hazzard car, which seen those now that they're starting to try to ban the Confederate flag. I've seen these cars go for like $150-200 online. So that was something that I had bought right a few years ago. There was a rumor going around that they wanted to 86 the toys with the Confederate flag, so I bought one up right away, and I got this one for when it was only like $40 or $45. So there's a vintage Hot Wheels case. I got like a Gizmo there. I just got other like little random toys. So then I'm gonna go on this CD shelf and just quickly show you what's there. So like the top shelf right now is just some PVC figures. I got a lot more PVC figures than this, but this is just put a few there just to display until I figure out exactly what I'm going to do with this room, how it's going to be displayed. The second shelf here, if you can see, are like miniature, like little vehicles, micro machines type of vehicles. The third shelf here is more PVC figures. Okay. And then the fourth shelf, I have like Power Ranger type of, maybe like knockoff Power Rangers figures there. There are some way in the back there in the dark that you can't see. And then down here in the bottom are my PVC California Raisins collection. I have more than this, but right now that's all I can fit in that little cubbyhole section. Now I'm going to pan back to that bottom shelf where the action figures are. Okay. Now underneath is a pretty big cubbyhole, which is, it could actually be a shelf, but you're actually hitting the tile floor here. So what I have, and I'm going to try to position myself as best as I can. So right here is a Sesame Street play set. I'm going to point to that. And then I got just a lot. Actually, I'm really knocking toys down here. Yes, I am. I'm knocking toys down. Okay. So back behind Beaker here is I have all my Hot Wheel cases with all my Hot Wheels. Well, not all. That's just, that doesn't even touch what I've collected so far in Hot Wheels. There's probably 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, probably 6 cases of Hot Wheels there that can house about 50 each. So you're talking, you know, and then some that I have here in other cases. So I have probably over 300 Hot Wheels just in this room alone. And then I have like my army figures. I got like fantasy army figures all in these cases, and all the way in the back there's Tupperware little tubs of army figures, Confederate army figures. Down here in this, and if I'll move some toys out of the way here, in this little Tupperware drawer here, and I'll show you, are all Happy Meal toys from the 80s and from the 90s. And just a lot of just randomness of Happy Meal toys. Actually, some of my favorite Happy Meal toys are actually in here. Okay, so that's for dedicated for Happy Meal toys. So then back over here, then you're going to see the washing machine here to the right. But then I got a little corner section where I have some play sets stacked up against each other here, and just more random toys. There's my talking Alf right there. Okay. And then I'm going to go all the way up here, and you'll see a Ghostbusters movie poster. It's a reproduction, the same, the original. And then all the way up at the top, I'm starting to put some of my Real Riders Hot Wheels. So there you can see all the Star Wars ones, and there's one missing, and you'll see the little... Where is that? Where's my... I'm trying to get my finger in front of the camera here. There's a hook right there, so because I'm missing the Luke Skywalker one. Ooh, and I got something hanging down here, which I'm going to have to fix that. Okay, so I got some of my packaged toys there. So right there are the 2 Mighty Maxes that wmpyr had given me. I'm starting another little section of vinyl pops because I'm running out of room. Now this shelf here is for right now just a lot of random toys. I'm trying to dedicate it to a lot of vintage Fisher-Price stuff. So as you can see, there's a Fisher-Price bus. I got some animals. I got some figures. The cash register. Right there you can see the Definitely Dinosaur Caveman. I got some little vintage toys there. I got some Tootsie toys. Up on the wall are my packaged toys. So I got like my Mummies Alive. I got my Chuck Norris Karate Commandos up there. And just right now, because I'm actually moving a lot of toys around, and it is a work in progress room, I got just Lego figures that will probably be moved. I've got like this castle play set. So all this is going to be kind of moved around once I get more shelving in. And over here in the corner, in this tall sectional wood piece shelving, is some of my absolute favorite Matchbox and Hot Wheels from the 70s, and they're all in pristine condition. So that's where I display those. Now, up on the wall over here are all the different Batmobiles that have been churned out. And there's been 15 so far that I have in the package, and there's actually a lot, I think there's about 20 that have been released so far. But I'll just give you an idea of all these Hot Wheels that I'm putting up against the wall. Okay, so then this goes up above the door frame of the entrance, and then there's going to be some like iconic character real riders. There's just going to be some older Hot Wheels, and just some random Hot Wheels in the packages that I like. Now I'm going to come back down to where we first started, and I'm going to show you underneath this utility box where I first started is this Bakugan case, or I'm sorry, a Bakugan shelf that I've actually made into a dedicated Tootsie Toy shelf. And I have a lot more Tootsie Toys than this that I had just acquired. So now I've got to figure out what I'm going to do now, because I've probably got about 30 to 40 more Tootsie Toys I've acquired within the last few days. So down below that is like more random toys. As you can see, there's a Fisher-Price record player. There is that van there from Micro Machines. I've got a Imaginext playset. Animal there in the left is my vintage animal puppet. I've got the talking Pee-wee. I've got a stuffed Slimer. Now, this bin here is all my Palisades Muppet figures. Down below that is another size tub just like this of a lot more toys that are in plastic bags. So many, I mean, that's just going to have to be for another video. That's just way too much to go through. And one of the other things that I will show you, I have more cases of Hot Wheels here too. So, something I wanted to show you, and it's just a perfect time to actually show you for this. And let me try to get this out, and I'm going to show you. My friend, who is a Hot Wheels, or actually just a die-cast collector just like me, he had seen this YouTube video of this guy that made these Hot Wheel carded, it's a thing to, I'm sorry, let me try to get a better position here because I'm sitting on the floor now. It's a thing to house and to slide in all of these carded Hot Wheels and Matchboxes by using these plastic, I'm not even sure what you want to call them, but I'm going to try to give you a, because I can't back up anymore. But that's just to show you that these all slide in at the top and they stack on top of one another. So, and you can hang this on the wall. I mean, of course, you're going to have, it's going to be so heavy that you're going to have to like reinforce it somehow. But right now, it's just down on the floor right now. And, you know, each one can hold about 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, depending on the size of the bubble card, about 10 to 12, maybe even 13 if you can really cram them together without ruining the card. But about 12 to 13 in each section, and there's 5 sections. But it's a really neat idea on how to display your most prized packaged Hot Wheels and Matchbox cars. So that is just a really cool thing my friend made me, and it's just another great way to actually just to kind of dress up your toy room. Okay, I think because I'm 9 minutes away from the video, I'm about what 22 minutes in, so there's like 9 minutes left. Just down on the floor here, I do have some more toys. I've got some of the Jurassic Park dinosaurs. I've got, geez, I mean, it's just a big mess, really. And I hate to say mess. just down on the floor, and actually down on the floor here, I've got these Goodyear semi-trailers that house Matchbox and Hot Wheel cars, and I got 2 of those. So you're probably looking at over close to 400 Hot Wheels right now that are in this room. And I've probably got about another 400 that are in my living room and my bedroom that are not in cases yet because I don't have cases for them. And actually, just to show you, on top of my dryer, I've got random toys that have, need to be placed yet. And then on top of my washer, I've got boxes of stuff that just came in that I need to go through. And then on the back wall of my washer and dryer, I'm actually starting to put up hooks for the Real Rider iconic cars. As you can see, like Hong Kong Phooey, and I got SpongeBob, and I got a Twix car and stuff like that. So that's just to give you a good impression of section 1. And I actually have right now 6 sections in my whole apartment for all my toys and my gaming stuff. And that is right, 6 sections right now that I'm working on. So I hope you enjoyed this video, because we're almost at a half hour here. And it is a work in progress, so hopefully once I get this more together, I will do another video. But again, I hope you enjoyed it, so please like it if you enjoyed it. Comment below if you have any comments or questions about this toy room, and we'd love to hear what you saw in this video or could see with the lighting. And description below is my toy photography page, and also all my friends in the Collectors Talk Trading Circle. So, until next time, keep playing with those toys.